Alright, Sniper Ghost Warrior 2. To start off, let me just say, this was a spontaneous purchase for me. I absolutely had zero interest in this game. I forgot when it was even coming out. And just happened to go on Steam one morning and saw, hey, Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, 30 bucks. And I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, it's available. And I looked at it, I was like, you know what? I never played the first one. I don't even like sniping games. So, I'll probably just skip it, right? And then I started thinking about it. An hour later, I don't know, my gaming, my gaming personality is just like, you know, you want to buy it, right? Just get it. So, I was like, okay, fine. And I went ahead and I bought it for 30 bucks on Steam and downloaded it, alright? And like I said, it was a spontaneous purchase, never played the first one, and I hate sniping. Like, I suck at sniping, that's literally how it is. And so, I played through it, and, you know, it isn't a bad game. Happy to report. If you look at it, if you don't look at it from a first-person point of view, like, oh, it's not supposed to be competing with other first-person shooters. If you just look at it as a sniping game, it's actually quite good, and it excels upon giving you a realistic experience. To start it off, you have the story here, which obviously wasn't meant to be taken seriously. It's kind of like your play as this one soldier, and you're following all throughout his life. You know, there's maybe some flashbacks that go back in time, and he goes back to the present time, and he, you know, he disobeys orders. He's trying to save his friends. There's a twist that you really don't see coming, but it's not really amazing. It's not really drastic, and it ends really anticlimactically. So the story, you don't get this game for the story. No one's gonna get this game for the story. It's an afterthought. You're probably going to be skipping the cutscenes in the games. There's debriefing moments like Call of Duty has with its cutscenes where it's showing the map and the soldiers just talking, and you're probably going to skip through those. The cutscenes are, you know, all just, they're really, what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of it. The cutscenes, they're not done in the in-game engine. At least I don't think so. It's nice, and they're kind of pixelated. All right, and keep in mind, I was playing this at 1080p, all max settings. The graphics for the actual in-game engine. You know, this game does use the CryEngine 3, so the in-game graphics look outstanding. They look great, as it should. The graphics are probably the highest point of the game. All right. The gameplay, very, like I said, if you don't look at it from a first-person shooter's perspective, you just look at it as, oh, it's a sniping game, it's trying to be a sniping game, it's really fun. And if you play it like it's trying to be a sniping game, a stealthy, you know, stealthy, patient sniping game, then you're going to have pretty fun. If you try to run in there like Call of Duty or Battlefield, you're going to die pretty quickly. Like 2 bullets, you're literally dead. And I'm playing on the standard difficulty, the normal difficulty. So 2 bullets, you're practically dead. You do have to worry about, you know, gravity and distance of shot, how the bullet drops and everything like that, the wind. Luckily, on the normal difficulty, when you're looking through your scope and your heart rate is low enough, you can actually get to see a little red dot. It's like a little red dot that's kind of, you know, in your scope, and that tells you exactly where the bullet is going to land. And like I said, the harder difficulties that will remove it. For me, it was perfect because I can have fun and actually feel like I'm accomplishing something without having to worry about, oh, I gotta aim all the way over here to hit the guy that's right here. You know, it tells you, and you just follow the red dot. And like I said, when your heart rate is low enough, you'll be able to see it. The stealth is actually really good. I do like the stealth a lot. All right. It tells you when you're in an enemy's line of sight, when it's getting wider, and, you know, and that's practically it. It tells you when you're in an enemy's line of sight. The levels are laid out so that you can go stealth through them. More often than not, you're going to have a teammate with you called a spotter, and he basically tells you where the enemies are, which ones to take out at what time, and that's all he does for you. He'll assist you in big firefights if he must. There are some levels where you're by yourself and you have to sneak around, and that adds a little level of challenge as well. It's like I said, the stealth is actually done really well, so it's enjoyable from a stealth standpoint. Just if you get into firefights, you're pretty much fucked. Or you have your sniper rifle, which will take out people, but you have to clock it back, bolt action, and then you have your pistol, which doesn't. I mean, it's realistic, I guess, but if like the gun controls when the game gets into firefights, the gun controls. I mean, they kind of feel floaty. It doesn't feel like as responsive as like Call of Duty or Battlefield does. And I think to that respect, it kind of plays in the real what's the right word, realisticity. That's not even a word, but you get what I'm trying to say. It helps make it a little bit more realistic. You can't pick up other people's weapons. I don't know why. When you get engaged in a firefight, all you have is your sniper rifle and your handgun. An enemy drops their assault rifle, you can't pick them up. It's kind of weird, because you're like, ooh, I want this assault rifle just in case I get into firefights. No, can't have it. So, that being said, you're going to be stuck with the two same weapons every single time. They give you a different sniper rifle, like that's something special, and you're stuck with the same pistol throughout the whole game. The campaign's about 6 to 8 hours, pretty decent, and like I said, it's a perfect type of game where you sit there, you play for 2 hours, and then you're done. All right, and the time that I spent in the game, I enjoyed it. I liked going around, sneaking around everyone, doing stealth mechanics. I thought it was pretty good for the time I spent in the game. Just a couple things like you can't pick up an enemy's weapon, kind of weird. And then the pixelated cutscenes, are kind of odd. So, that being said, if you look at Sniper Ghost Warrior 2 from a sniping game standpoint and not on a competitive level with all other first-person shooters, then you're probably going to say, oh, it's a pretty decent game. If you try to go in there thinking, oh, this is going to be Call of Duty and it's going to be epic, it's going to be like Battlefield, you're going to leave with a very disappointed experience. So, I mean, I enjoyed Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, thought the stealth was good. The story is just there because it's there. The graphics are great. And the gameplay is really fun from a stealth standpoint, and also when you pull off headshots and stuff, you can get those slow motion kills, which aren't as satisfying as what's the last sniper game that came out? It was like a third-person sniping game. Sniper Elite, I think Sniper Elite version V2, Sniper Elite V2 or something like that. It's not as satisfying as those kill cams, but it's there. All right, and that's practically it. So I'm going to give Sniper Ghost Warrior 2 I'm going to be hard on the game because, I'm changing my review scale and everything. I'm going to give it a 7.5, alright? A 5's an average. Instead of giving every single game an 8, I'm giving it a 5. A 5 is an average. So, 7.5, not that bad. If you buy it with, this is a sniping game, this is meant for sniping and stealth, then you're going to enjoy it. If you buy it with, this is Call of Duty or Battlefield, well, just don't buy it. It's a budget title, too. It's only $40 on consoles and $30 on PC. So, I mean, if you have the extra money and you're bored, perfect game. Just sit down there and it'll keep you interested for a couple days. Or if you're a hardcore, I play all at once, a couple hours. So, it's pretty fun. So, thanks, guys, for watching. So, this was a quick review, quick game. So, I'll check with you guys later. Have a great day. Bye.